Admirals chipped it up the right wing. Tinking away, but a centering attempt. Nobody home for Grand Rapids. Here comes Trenin now on left wing, and a shot save on the rebound. In front of the score. Payerl has broken the scoreless tie with 1:13 to go here in the opening period. Kind of a frustrating goal when you watch it on replay. Now here's Lashoff in the Milwaukee end with a shot. Oh, that one glancing just wide. Rebound moving in for the right point. Jensen holds it in to Tangradi. Intercepted by Mantha, who along with Tangradi got an assist on that goal by Brian Lashoff. Again, 1:17 the time.
Well, the TV camera guys are scrambling now going, wow, where was that at again? I can't. Well, look at this.
Griffins take the puck away.
That went through the net, too.
Boy, that looked at Mantha saying that went in.
That net's got to be replaced. That puck is in the net. It went right through again and is probably going to be in the same area.
Well, Mantha's is celebrating, and as is Mil. They're just going through the routine. Why not? Now picked up, and Mil off a drop pass from Tangradi will flip it in, go after it himself, beats everybody to it in the right wing corner. Now back to the line. Russo across to Ouellet into the middle for Mantha with a drive score! And the Griffins lead it 3-1. Anthony Mantha with an absolute rocket from the blue line under the crossbar it goes. And Grand Rapids has a 3-1 lead.
If they can find a way to hang on to this lead. Uh-oh.
Here's Campbell's got a breakaway. Colin Campbell a chance to put it away. Score! It is 4-1 with 7:55 to go. That's all that's left between now and potentially the Griffins going 8-2 in their last 10 playoff series. And that's it. The Grand Rapids Griffins in their last 3+ seasons now. 3 under Jeff Lashoff and first year under Todd Nelson are 8-2 in playoff series. And a great start as they knock off one of only 3 American Hockey League teams that had reached the century mark in points out of 30 in the AHL. The Central Division champion Milwaukee Admirals are going home as the Griffins sweep them in this best-of-5 series and allow only 3 goals in doing so.
You know, we got 3 wins. We did a lot of good things, and I think there's a lot of things we can learn moving forward, but it's playoffs. I mean, just finding a way to win a hockey game, that's all it takes. So tonight we didn't play great first, but we were able to respond and show our character, and great feeling we have in the room getting through this series, but again, it's time to recharge and get ready for Lake Erie.
You guys won a game a couple months back on the puck through the net, go back and check it after the fact, twice in a minute and a half tonight. What a crazy sequence that was.
Yeah, I mean, I've never experienced anything like that. We kind of joked and laughed about it, but yeah, I don't know, definitely a different scenario, something we weren't used to, and either way on both of those goals, if they weren't going to count, I think it was really mature of us. We were prepared to play regardless if they were going to call it or not.
Was it apparent to you guys that it was a goal?
Yeah, I think the first one that went through the net, Mil had a great net front there, and from his perspective, he said there was no way that puck was missing the net, so I think that was kind of what gave that one away, and then obviously the second one, Mo knew right away it went in, so that one wasn't as exciting as the first one.
Tony just had 90 saves in a 3-game sweep. What is this kid on right now?
Yeah, he's been outstanding. You know, that first period, we could have easily went down 3-4-0, and he stood on his head. You know, I think to give up 3 goals in 3 games, 2 being on the power play, 1 a 5-on-3. You know, he's got something incredible going right now, and I think, you know, as we progress here, Lake Erie's a really good team. We're going to have to tighten things up defensively, so we're not challenging him as much as far as shots. And
playoff is huge, obviously. It's the time of the year you want to play, and I think all the boys stepped up. So it's just good bounces coming my way, and Tango feeding me on great, Mil playing good. So it's just an all-around line combination, and also the good bounces on our side.
I think you're the only person in the arena who knew that first one that you had was in. Bad enough that it happened once, but twice in a minute and a half to have 2 to go through the net.
Yeah, we saw Jensen's go through the net earlier this year. When last shot, I didn't even know that was close. When I shot it, me and Mills right away knew it. We saw it kind of took a weird direction after it hit the net, so we knew right away.
For yours, where did it hit? Where did it go in off of that?
Low blocker, probably, I imagine, pretty close to Lashoff's same spot. Yeah. So maybe it's the same hole, who knows.
Were you surprised that one went through the net, they checked the net, they didn't find a hole, and they kept playing with the same net?
It happens maybe once a year or once every 5 years, so they probably didn't think about changing the net. Obviously, after the second one went through, they knew something was wrong.
You got to pull the net at that.
Coming back from Detroit and being here, how big of a confidence booster is it right now and how you're playing?
It's huge. I mean, I learned a lot up there. I stayed there for 13 games, saw the guys prepare and be ready for every game, and it's just something I could look forward to and use for myself, and that's what I'm doing right now.
What did Jeff say to you when you're up there and you came back down here?
They were happy of my play up there. They wanted me to come back down and play, and obviously have a good playoff run and be a player to be watched on the ice right now.
I feel like I've played pretty solid. I thought, today I had a few sloppy rebounds that I'd like to control, but at the same time, the guys in front of me have been fantastic. They've done a great job clearing out rebounds and giving me clean lanes to see shots, and it makes it a little easier for myself.
What's it mean for you guys to be able to have the time off? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing at this point?
I think it's definitely, it's a good thing. I mean, we have some guys that are a little banged up, so it'll give them some extra time to recover. And I think the important thing now is to just kind of be smart with our energy and not, kill ourselves in practice. Make sure that we're working hard on the things that we need to, and at the same time get the rest we need.
You've had a crazy year in terms of just trying to get healthy and then trying to get your groove back. To end up here back where you were last year, just hitting your stride in the playoffs, you got to be feeling as good as you have in a long time.
Yeah, it definitely feels good. It was definitely an interesting year, not quite the way I wanted it to go, but at the same time, the important thing was I found ways to work on my game and kind of get it to come around where I wanted at the right times.
Tom, you've had experience playing in the playoffs. Does this help you right now?
Yeah, I think it definitely helps. You can always draw on what's happened in the past, but at the same time, you can't lean on that too much. You need to know that you have to go out there and do your work.
Tom, you made that huge save towards the beginning of the game. Do you think that just kind of set the tone for your play the rest of the game?
I think so. I think really the important thing is it kept the score at 0-0 and kind of gave our guys a chance to rebound and recover. And you don't want to be down 1-0 that early in the game. So I think it's definitely gonna help.
Have you guys figured out any way to just be consistent at this point? I mean, it's peaks and valleys all year, and it's almost like losing 5 straight going in. Yeah, of course they're going to swing Milwaukee.
I think the important thing for us, I guess, is we found a way to turn it on at the right time. I think maybe the end of the season, guys were looking forward to the playoffs instead of focused on the games that we were playing. But that's not what matters now. The important thing is they showed up, and for 3 games we've played extremely well, almost start to finish every game. So I think that's what we need to carry on moving forward.
You know what? Anytime you play a 5-game series, things happen so quick, and momentum is a big key in a short series. And I didn't expect to go into Milwaukee and grab 2 out of there, and we knew that we'd be strong at home. But once we got that second one there, we knew that we wanted to close this thing out early, as quick as we possibly could. And at tonight's game, I didn't like our first period. I thought Tommy held us in the game in the first period. We had too many turnovers, and they were coming at us, which we expected. But then in the second and third, we got stronger as the game went on, and got some weird goals. Anytime the puck goes through the net, it's kind of weird. But 2 in the same game is odd. But all in all, I like the way that we finished up the game. We got stronger as the game went on, and Tommy was the key though in the first period.
Can you talk a little bit more about those 2 bizarre goals? I mean, for us in the press box, it was just hard to really grasp what was going on.
Lash's goal, I saw the net move, and but I wasn't quite sure. And then when they checked it out, I guess there was cameras behind the bench, and they could see it very clear. And then on Mo's goal, I didn't think it went in. And but Andy Miele's reaction on the ice, he goes, "That was in. I was right there." He goes, "It was basically in the same spot." And they looked at the tape, and obviously both goals went in. So that's kind of rare. It doesn't happen too often.
You ever experienced anything like that?
No, not even close.
Coach, towards the end of the year, except your last game, you guys seem to struggle the last couple games. Now you guys are in this playoff. You guys are playing really, really good. What's changed from then to now?
I think just our focus. I think our attention to detail. If you go back and look, and I talked about this, our schedule was really, it was kind of tough on the guys. And I think, once we clinched, it was about 2.5 weeks that we clinched, or a long time span. The guys were just trying to get the season over with and get into playoff mode. And it was very apparent in the first game in Milwaukee that the focus was there from the team. I like their preparation as individuals, but also as a team. And I think just a lot of guys in here have experience in the playoffs and have experience winning, and I think they just cranked it up a notch. It drives a coach nuts, though, because you always get worried about your team playing well going into the playoffs. But what was encouraging, our last game against Bakersfield here, I thought we played a pretty strong game, so I felt more comfortable.